Welcome to the In Sync Now, bringing you the latest news from around the world. Imagine a world without smartphones, electric cars, or advanced medical imaging. That's a world without rare earth elements. These 17 metals are the hidden drivers of modern technology, powering everything from wind turbines to the vibrant colors on your screen. While not truly rare, they're hard to extract in useful concentrations, making their supply chain critically important. Global demand is surging, fueled by the green energy transition and digital revolution. Electric vehicles and wind turbines depend on rare earth magnets, and the miniaturization of electronics is only possible because of their unique properties. For decades, China has dominated rare earth mining and processing, giving it immense leverage over global supply and prices. This monopoly has made other nations uneasy, sparking a worldwide search for alternative sources. That search has led to a groundbreaking discovery: massive, high-grade, rare earth deposits in the Philippines. Announced today, August 8, 2025, this find could reshape the entire sector. The Philippines now stands at the threshold of a new era, one filled with opportunity, but also immense challenges and geopolitical complexities. The world is watching to see how this story unfolds. Will this discovery break China's monopoly, or will it introduce new risks and rivalries into the global supply chain? The Philippines Mines and Geosciences Bureau revealed the discovery after months of secretive drilling in Mindoro, an island rich in biodiversity and complex geology. Surveys estimate 110 million metric tons of rare earth oxides, catapulting the Philippines into the ranks of the world's top holders. The deposits are rich in heavy rare earths like dysprosium and terbium, vital for high-performance magnets in green tech and defense. This breakthrough came from a joint venture between the Philippine government and Japanese-Australian survey firms, using advanced satellite imaging and deep earth sonar. Core samples confirmed the scale and quality, and the deposits are relatively accessible for mining. The remote, mountainous location means less displacement of urban populations, but also a lack of infrastructure. Roads, ports, and power grids must be built from scratch. The government plans to declare the area a special mineral economic zone to fast-track investment and development. President Marco Diaz called it a gift to the Filipino people and a new pillar of the national economy. Once operational, the mines could contribute up to 5% of GDP annually, funding public services and infrastructure. But the world is watching. Can the Philippines move from discovery to responsible production? The stakes are high, and the path forward is anything but simple. The next steps will define the nation's future. To grasp the impact, consider this. Before today, global rare earth reserves totaled about 130 million metric tons. China held 44 million tons, about 35% of the world's total, followed by Vietnam, Brazil, and Russia. The Philippine find of 110 million tons nearly doubles global reserves overnight, making it the world's largest holder. Its reserves dwarf China's, fundamentally redrawing the resource map. The high concentration of heavy rare earths is especially significant, as China currently dominates their production. But reserves are only half the story. Production capacity is key. China's dominance comes from its vast mining and processing infrastructure, not just its reserves. The Philippines faces a monumental task: building mining and processing facilities from scratch. Experts say it could take 7–10 years before large-scale production begins. Until then, China's grip on the supply chain remains strong. Still, this discovery signals the end of single-source dominance and the start of a new era. The Philippine discovery promises to decentralize the rare earth supply chain. For years, China was the hub, mining, processing, and exporting to the world. Now, the Philippines could become a major new source, prompting new trade routes and processing centers outside China. Nations like the US, Japan, and the EU will rush to secure supply agreements, reducing their vulnerability to geopolitical pressures. New processing facilities may emerge in Australia, Canada, or the US, importing raw materials from the Philippines. But the South China Sea, a region of territorial disputes, lies directly in the path of these new shipping routes. Ensuring the security of these lanes will be crucial, making the Philippines a focal point of Indo-Pacific geopolitics. The rare earth sector's future is now tied to maritime security and great power rivalry. For the Philippines, this discovery could be a historic economic windfall. Billions in foreign investment and thousands of jobs are on the horizon, with rare earth exports poised to boost the economy and fund public services. But history warns of the resource curse. where sudden wealth leads to corruption, inequality, and neglect of other sectors. The government must ensure benefits are shared equitably, with strong governance and a sovereign wealth fund to invest for future generations. Local communities in Mindoro face the greatest impact, jobs and development, but also displacement and disruption of traditional life. Meaningful consultation, fair compensation, and local investment are essential to avoid unrest. There's also the risk of Dutch disease, where a booming sector harms others by making exports less competitive. Diversifying the economy is crucial. Rare earths are a tool, not a cure-all. The Philippines stands at a crossroads. Will this be a blessing or a burden? The answer depends on wise management and inclusive growth. The world is watching. Mining and refining rare earths is notoriously damaging to the environment. Mindoro's unique biodiversity is at risk from deforestation, soil erosion, and habitat destruction. The refining process uses hazardous chemicals, producing toxic and radioactive waste. China's early dominance came at a huge environmental cost, polluted lakes and poisoned communities. The Philippines has a chance to do better, promising strict regulations and environmental bonds for site rehabilitation. But enforcement is often the weak link. Watchdogs must hold both government and corporations accountable. The paradox is clear. Rare earths are essential for green tech, yet their extraction threatens local ecosystems. The challenge is to balance global climate goals with local environmental protection. Success will be measured not just in profits, but in preservation. The world is watching to see if the Philippines can set a new standard. The Philippine discovery shakes the foundations of global geopolitics. For the US and its allies, it's a chance to reduce dependence on Chinese rare earths, a critical vulnerability for defense and tech industries. Expect Washington to offer technical, financial, and security support to Manila. China, meanwhile, may try to undercut Philippine production on price, or use its influence in the region to sway partnerships. The Philippines is now at the center of a geopolitical tug-of-war, with both superpowers offering competing deals. Navigating this rivalry will require deft diplomacy and a focus on national sovereignty. Japan and South Korea will likely align with the US, possibly forming a rare earth alliance to counter China. The choices Manila makes now will shape its foreign policy for a generation. This is more than a resource story, it's a new chapter in Indo-Pacific power politics. The world's eyes are on the Philippines. The stakes couldn't be higher. A new supply of rare earths will ripple across global industries. Tech giants like Apple and Tesla will see a more stable supply, reducing risks of price spikes and shortages. The green energy sector could accelerate with cheaper magnets for wind turbines and electric vehicles. This may help nations meet climate goals faster and make advanced tech more affordable. The defense industry gains a secure source for critical materials, reducing reliance on China. Mining and materials science will innovate, developing cleaner extraction and recycling methods. The discovery could spark new applications and breakthroughs we can't yet imagine. It's not just about minerals, it's about unlocking a new wave of progress. The Philippines' reserves could become a catalyst for global change. The world is watching to see what comes next. The Philippine rare earth discovery is a seismic event, breaking China's monopoly and introducing a new global player. For the Philippines, it's a golden opportunity, if managed wisely. The nation must balance economic growth, environmental protection, and social equity. The US and its allies see a strategic lifeline. China faces new competition. The Philippines is now a pivotal state in great power rivalry, its choices shaping Indo-Pacific security. The ripple effects will touch industries, economies, and billions of lives. Will this lead to global cooperation or new conflict? The answer depends on the choices we make next.